My name is Winona, and welcome to a Toonkind at 12 frames per second. Today, I am with the amazing Dupe.
Hello, my name is Dupe Kieran, D.E.W.P. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Eenie, Minnie, and Mo today. Hey, it's gonna
and,
be fun.
and I'll be playing Mad Lad today. And we first start this scene away from Toontown in the I would say the what do you say? I know it's in the western part of like you go west of Toontown.
Yeah,
Is it?
it's northwest of Toontown. Yeah, it's the woodland area, isn't it? It's deeper
Mhm.
into the foresty parts
Yep.
of northwest,
Mhm.
northwest Toontown.
Yes. And we say it's a beautiful day out for the most part. Clear skies. It is a the birds are singing. The forest is relatively calm. But you see, but unfortunately, Mad Lad is completely and utterly lost. He had one goal for today, and he failed that goal very quickly. He's a so now he is currently wandering around the forest, and he's having a good time. Like he's enjoying nature and stuff, but he's like, I do not know where I originally was or where I am going. So he is currently
Okay.
walking around.
All right. Hey, did you did you want to roll perception quickly
I will
while
roll
you're out and about?
perception. Yep. All right. Let me get this. Wait, I forgot how to roll for a second. 11.
It's all right. You good? No, all right. Okay. Yeah. No. So yeah. No, mad lad. You're just out there enjoying the woods and the forest. There's nothing really going on there. What are you what's mad lad doing? Is there a specific thing that he's doing or?
No, it's just he's just walking
Those,
forward. Like all the time is like he thought he was on the right path, but then he immediately like misjudged and like started turning back around. But then he's like, no, wait, I think it's this way, and that's how he basically got lost. Like he thought he was set in the wrong direction. Like he thought he was going in the right direction, but then he immediately thought he was going in the wrong direction, and then sort of like came up until he was completely lost. And now his idea is like, well, the best thing probably to do is just to keep going forward. So that is what he's doing. He is just walking forward as much in a straight line as much as he can until he reaches something.
okay. Okay. Let me do one more roll. Let me do one more roll and see how this goes.
Oh no, that's that one.
That one. That's that one. Okay. So I mean, you didn't pick up on it before, Mad Lad, because maybe you're in your own head thinking about which way to go or where you're trying to get to. But with that one, you hear a rustling in the underbrush, and you hear something very heavy coming out of the underbrush, and
Ah! And he like takes out.
out from the bushes.
Oh, sorry, you got
Yeah.
you weren't. I thought you were finished.
No,
Continue.
you go ahead.
He immediately takes out his
No,
hand
no, you go
cannon.
ahead.
He's ready for somebody to attack.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as you bring out your hand cannon, you hear the rustling of the bushes, and it sounds like something's very large is coming your way. It's very, very large, and it's rustling, and it's coming towards you. And and as you ready your hand cannon and aim it in that direction, uh, out from the bushes, out bursting from the bushes, with green leaves and all sorts of twigs stuck in their feathers and fur. Out comes Eenie, Miney, and Mo. Out comes a very large, three-necked, three-head bird Toon, who is definitely not a bootleg Dodrio, I don't know what you're talking about. Out they come, and they stop as they come out, and you can see them shaking leaves off of their hair, and they're trying to pick at each other, and they're like, get that out of my head,
Eenie,
stop,
Minnie, Mo! And back.
stop poking. Would you two stop biting?
Yeah, Madeleine's
So
like,
yeah,
sorry. You good?
it's okay, I wasn't saying.
No,
Go
okay.
ahead.
He's like, Eenie, Minnie, Mo! And Madeline immediately, like, his guard is now dropped, and he's like, oh, this is Fred! And he immediately puts away the gun. Very happy to see someone.
Okay, Eenie, Money, and Mo. But they all stop their bickering and they look towards you. And I'm gonna roll something because they are very special kind of bird. They are very. Okay, fine. So I rolled a history because it has been a couple of weeks, and they have got they've got three heads and one brain cell between them, and quite frankly, it bounces a lot. So there was a chance he would have remembered you, but it does. They all do. Eenie, Money, and Mo. They look at you and they perk up, and Miney says, "Hey, it's a sled fella, isn't it? Hey, it's the boy from the mansion, fellas. It's the boy from the mansion. Oh yeah. Well, what's his name? Mad Lad? No. It was Rad Lad. No.
No, he was
Pretty
right.
sure it was
Mad
Lad. I told you it was Mad Lad.
Lad. It's really great to see you guys. He goes over and hugs Eenie, Miney, and Mo.
Ah, you hug.
Yes, I hug.
You hug Money and Mo, and they let out a chuckle. They all let out a chuckle, and they give you a big hug back. With their necks because they need their feet to stand. They give you a big hug with their necks. They say, "What are you doing out here by yourself, mad lad? Aren't you supposed to be at home? Yeah, I mean, we know you're an adventurous sort of type, but this is a little far out to be away from home, isn't it?"
Yeah, I got lost. I wanted to head towards the beach on the coast, but I got turned around in the forest.
Ah, that old chestnut, eh? Well, fellas, I mean, we haven't got anything else to do today, have we? Not that I can think of. There was the cat thing you're supposed to do. No, we're not doing the cat thing. We said, yes, I know we're not doing the cat thing today. We're going to do it eventually. Okay. Well, I suppose if it's the case, we can help you get to the coast if you like, lads.
Yeah.
We're pretty. They lift one of their feet up and they rub it against the fur on their chest, and people do that thing. They rub their fingers like their nails against their chest, and they look at them with very smug expression. They do that. And they're like, we're a dab hands at we're rangers. We're a dab hand at navigation and such. We can get you where you need to go in a real quick time. It won't be a problem at all.
That's awesome! Thank you guys so much!
And they all smile at you. They're like, well, I don't know how quickly you need to get there. But I suppose if you need a bit of if you need to get there quick time, we could give you a lift. But we would rather not, if possible. Walking is fine. But it's up to you, I suppose.
I mean, I sort of want to at least get there before sundown. I like to be back in Toontown before dark. I don't want to worry my dad. And
all three heads nodded understanding. Yes, you don't want to worry their father. Alright, okay. So this might be a case of fetch and carry. And then they look at you and they squat down and they gesture for you to hop on.
Yeah! Madeline remembers the last time that they rode on their back. It was a lot of fun, so they immediately climb up on their back.
As you climb onto the back, Mad Lad, as you climb on, their fur slash feathers is very, very thick and somehow very soft as well. It's very, very plush. They take very, very good care of their body.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just it's a nice comfy seat. It's a very thick padded seat, so it's a good handhold and good soft place to sit.
Yes.
And as you settle in, Eenie, Miney, and Mo look back at you and say, you all right, leg? You got a good grip? You're all secure? Yeah, because when we go, mate, we're going to go very, very fast.
Alrighty. And he prepares himself for speed. Like he takes both hands, grip onto their fur slash feathers, just like make sure he sits comfortable enough to brace for the sudden acceleration of speed. And then he nods okay, I think I'm ready.
They look at you and they grin and they say, alrighty, well, hold on tight, fella. And gonna cast, they're gonna cast Monstrator. So their speed increases by 10 feet, basically. They're just gonna go. They're gonna go very, very fast.
Yes.
And hey, you wanna roll me a strength or a dex save quick?
Let's go with dex save. Well, strength or no, probably be strength in this case because he's trying to hold on. So strength save.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's not the number I wanted. Okay, that's the number I wanted. Yes.
Nice, an 18. So, as they wind up to go and they they rocket off and most people at that kind of speed from 0 to 40 that's a struggle to hang on, but that lad, you're used to handling or at least using your hands for many different sorts of things. Hanging on to something at speed isn't an issue.
No, he was no, he was fine. He loves speed. He likes going fast. So as they're running through the forest, he's just like whoa as he looks around to see the forest blurring past by.
Oh yeah, I like to imagine that as they pass through the forest and through the scrubland, it's just like trees above them, the canopy of tree leaves above them. It's just like flecks of light and dark. So it's just like as they run through the shadows and the lights.
Yes,
And it's very, very pretty.
indeed. I agree. Very pretty.
Right, I need to roll a thing for them. All right, okay, that's decent enough. So yeah, you're just on the back of Eenie Money Mo, having a little run, and I don't know if you wanted to discuss anything with them. If there's anything you wanted to do.
He'll probably try to talk to us so what are you guys doing out here?
Well, lads, you see, well, we're rangers, so being out here, it's a bit comfier than being in cities. It's more of a natural habitat as you might think. It's we usually only pop into towns to perhaps restock on stuff, like rations and such. We don't usually stay too long. Big cities and crowded places aren't exactly our kind of thing. In case you haven't noticed, it's a lot harder to run. It's a lot harder to run around those sorts of places. And well, we're on a big thing, and we maybe may not fit into most places and towns around there.
Oh, I see. It's okay. I've sort of been used to more cities and town lately because that's where my dad lives, but I like going out into nature. Though it's still weird living on land. I'm not used to it as you can see. I get lost pretty easily.
Ah, I see. You got sea legs is the issue there, matey. Yeah, yeah. you're a sea dog. Yeah, that's the word. It's sea dog, isn't it? No, it's a sea cat. No, it's a sea dog. No, it's a sea cat. Doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is, he's a sea person, and clearly he's not got his land legs yet. But don't worry, Reg, you'll get it eventually. I'm sure you will. Yeah, don't worry too much about it. Actually, why are you heading to the coast anyway? If your dad's in town, shouldn't he be with you?
Well, Dad's usually working this time of day, and so are and usually my siblings are busy. But you can almost say that I've been a little bit seasick. I've sort of, or yeah, seasick in a way. But I've sort of been missing the ocean. I wanted to go see it again.
And all three of them nod their heads in understanding because we can understand. You can understand missing home. Yeah, it's going from one kind of life to another can be a little rough. So it's all right if you miss the sea. Maybe one day when you're older, you get your own little boat and head yourself out there.
Yeah, I like.
You might make yourself.
Mhm. I would like that a lot. Maybe someday get my own boat so I could travel the seas again. But ironically, it's sort of been cool, even though it's been hard. It's sort of been cool living on land. I've only visited land few times because like similar to you, only go to port for rations and stuff. Even though I have been on some adventures, I never got to really stay to explore a lot of places. So sort of been sort of been fun seeing some new sights.
Yeah, on land. There's a surprising amount of. Yeah, we've never been on water. We've never been on water. We're not exactly waterfowl birds. We're more the running sort, in case you hadn't noticed. But yeah, no, I can imagine. Out there in the sea, there's so much water and not a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff on the top, is it? It's all underneath. All the interesting stuff on the sea's underneath.
Most of
Oh,
it.
that's a bit of a generalisation, isn't it? I don't know about that, Eenie. And those two are going to bicker.
Well, most of the time it's underneath, but there's some really pretty islands out there too that have some unique wildlife and habitats. We visit those sometimes too.
And they all nod their heads at you, and they're like, "Well, I mean, the sea is it's an interesting place. I don't, we've been. We've been to the coast a couple of times. Been around the seashore sort of areas, but we've never actually been. I don't think we've been on a boat before, have we, lads? No, I don't think we have. No, I don't think we have. We're very much land birds.
Ah.
Perhaps when you're older. I mean, he trails off.
Yeah, maybe when I'm older or when I eventually do get a boat, I could show you how to grow some sea legs. And he chuckles.
And they all laugh. That'd be delightful, mate. I mean, it's a challenge, isn't it, boys? Isn't it? Yes, that's a challenge. It certainly is. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking that challenge. Would you, fellas? Not at all. Not at all. And yeah, they keep running. So at this point, unless there's anything else you want to say.
No, I think that's good.
Is there anything else you wanted to?
Yeah, I think that's a good
All
place to
right,
stop
cool.
off. Yeah.
So at that point, then, all this time they've been talking and chatting and running through the forest. They've been jumping over logs and ducking through brush and on the odd occasion running through fields. And as they take you a little further north, a little further west, eventually they stop. You hear them pull to a stop. They duck down on their haunches and they say, all right, now this is where you have to get off because things are going to get a little more interesting from here, I think.
Oh?
Well, yeah, if we're taking the route I think we're taking, are we taking that route? Why are we taking that route? Because it's easier to follow, that's why. Now shut up. Yeah. So if you follow us from here, and we'll show you how to get where you need to go.
Alright. And he jumps off Eenie, Miny, Mo.
All right. Okay. So you jump off Eenie, Miny, Mo, and they lead you. At the moment, you're just in like a little bit of shrub that they stop behind, and as they push through a very thick thicket of bushes, and you can push through that thicket too. You're following after them,
Mm-hmm.
and you emerge into to find a very wide river.
Ooh.
Very wide river. Um, it's you can see the shore on the other side. It's not wide enough that you can't see the other side, but I mean, it's a very big river. It's a very big river, and it's one of the estuaries. It's one of the little offshoots from the Mississippi River that flows from the north to the south of Inkwell. And this river, it's quite wide. It's quite what's the word? Current's quite fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, free. I won't make you roll perception for that. But yeah,
It's alright.
it's wide and it um looks like a bit of a challenge. Eenie, Miny, and Mo look back to you and they say, "Right, so what we're gonna do here, unfortunately, we're gonna have to uh, get your expertise on this probably because we're gonna we're gonna have to maybe get down somewhere soon. Just follow us for a little bit, and if you follow them along a
Mm-hmm.
little further, follow them along a little further, they're gonna follow. They're gonna walk downstream a little bit.
Alright. Madeline's gonna follow. Probably gonna look.
Coolio.
Probably gonna look at the river too to like judge it and see like if they have to like maybe if there's any like large rocks poking out and stuff.
Okay. Do you want to roll perception
Yeah.
quickly?
Mhm.
Cool.
There we go. 15.
Cool. Okay. So I mean, yeah, pretty obviously out of this river, as you continue walking down it, it was slower upstream, and as you're going down, it starts to look more and more a like a rapids. It
Mhm.
starts to look far more like water. There's a lot of points in the river where there's deep deep compressions where the water gets slow and still, and then
Mhm.
there's rocky offshoots
Mhm.
sticking out and causing the water to shift and move in a
Mhm.
white rapid sort of fashion. It's a dangerous looking river as you start to go along, and with that perception, you also hear as you go, you hear a rumbling,
Uh.
and as you follow Eenie Money down, it
Uh.
gets louder and louder and louder.
What's that?
They turn back to you. They've stopped and they turn back to you, and they gesture you over. They are standing at the moment near the edge of a cliff, and they gesture you over and say, "See for yourself."
Bad lad's Bad lad's gonna look over the cliff.
And Mad Lad, with the sound that you heard, I mean, you're more of an ocean water sort of guy, so you might not be super familiar with these. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But that noise, that was the sound of that was the sound of a waterfall.
Yeah.
That rumble,
Mhm.
whitewater rapids. Eenie, Miny, Mo have led you to the edge of a waterfall cliff, and it's a decent drop. It's not the tallest height
Uh huh.
perhaps that you've ever been on, but you really wouldn't want to fall from this height. There's a reason it's called a waterfall, and this thing is not fun to look at down.
Mad
It's
Lad
a
looks
pretty
at it, it's just
small.
like he's seen waterfalls, but he's never been on probably seen this one this large before, where it's a giant like cliff face drop. And he's just like, "Are you sure we're going the right way? It's a long drop."
They look at you and sigh, and they say, I mean, this is the quickest way to the river, mate. There is another option, but it'll take you, well, it'll take you to the end of the day, and you said you need to get there quick, so we're taking you the quick way. Uh, well, I mean, we do have a few options. We might have something here. And they're gonna start looking around. They're gonna start looking around for stuff to use. You can also look around for stuff if you want. So, welcome to the waterfall puzzle.
Yeah, Mad
How are you
Lad say
how are you
Mad
gonna get down the waterfall?
Mad Lad is just like, that's fair. I did ask for the quickest way there. But now he's just like, okay, next problem. How are they going to get down this? So at first, he has the idea, and he has some rope. He has 50 feet of hempen rope, and then another 50 feet of silken rope.
Okay.
We could tie this around one of the trees, and we can rappel ourselves down.
Okay. Considering that roll I made for Eenie Mo, that was investigation. They don't see. They can't find anything. They're looking around. They can't figure out a way to get down this thing. They look at you with the rope. You said you have 60 feet, didn't you?
I have 100 feet of
Let
rope
me see.
all together.
Oh, oh, dang, 100 feet. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like
One half.
yeah, it's one half of it is hempen style rope and the other half is silk. So timed together, it's 50 feet.
Why? All right. Okay. So yeah, Eenie, Mo look over at your bits of rope, and then they look over down the side of the waterfall. What do I roll for this one? Um, they say good. That's a decent idea, lad. It's a decent idea. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see how this would go. Let's roll.
Nice.
Okay, so Eenie reaches back into the ruffle of his neck, and his head completely disappears. And he pulls out another bit of rope, another length of rope, and he says, "Well, this, I think this would probably be the best idea, wouldn't you say?" Well, yeah, I mean, more like the better, right, guys? Yeah, I mean, it'll do it. Yeah, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Let's see. Where are we gonna attach that sort of thing?
Probably roll investigation to see if we can find a good tree.
Yes. Well, they already rolled investigation
All right.
earlier. They didn't
Yeah,
find
I'll say Mad Lad
anything.
is gonna roll investigation now.
No.
No.
Okay. So you're looking around. You can't see any trees that are close enough. You don't think they're close enough. I mean, there are a few rocks around. There are a few rocks near the edge of the cliff, and yeah, you might be able to tie them around the rocks near the edge of the cliff, but the trees don't look like they'd be any good.
Mm,
Which you don't think.
yeah, it's like he's like not. He was very. He's not really. Yeah, he's probably just like. I think the trees are a little bit too far, but those larger rocks could probably do it. So he like points to the larger rocks, like
Mm-hmm.
I think we could probably use one of those larger rocks or boulders. I never really knew the difference between a rock and a boulder. I think boulders are just larger rocks, but they usually move, don't they? It's just he thinks for a little bit.
You've got any money am I thinking now? Any money am I thinking about that? They're like, I think a boulder's just a big rock, isn't it? I mean, I mean, surely, I mean, a rock's a rock, and a boulder's a boulder. It could be. I think they're the same thing. Does it particularly matter if they're the same thing right now? I think the most important thing is getting down the cliff and not exactly how we get down the cliff. And Eenie looks at you and he gestures at you and he says, "Would you like to do the honors or should we?"
Maybe you can help me tie. Maybe you can help me tie all the loose ends.
Sounds good to us, Liz. Yeah, that'd be all right. All right then, let's tie this thing up and get started.
All right, I'm gonna probably say this is sleight of hand, so.
Yes.
And with advantage.
Are you tying? So are you tying the ropes together and then tying?
I say first I'm tying the ropes together. We haven't done that quite yet. We haven't tied the like all three sections of the rope. So with a 19, that he ties it really good. Like you can definitely tell he's a sailor by the way he can tie these ropes really well together.
Eenie, Minnie, and Mo look on very, very impressed, and they gesture forward to the rock, saying, "All right then, lady, if you wanna tie that up onto that rock there, go on ahead."
All right. And he's gonna do that. He ties it. It's average. He ties a good knot around the boulder.
Yeah, it's tied on. It's definitely tied on the boulder.
Yeah,
it's looped around. It's on the boulder.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely there. Yeah, it's on the boulder. Cool, right, yeah. So, you've got yourself a bit of rope tied around the boulder, and you're going to chuck it down the side of the waterfall? What are you...
Yep, he's going to chuck the rest of it down the side of the waterfall.
Nice, cool, okay. So as you toss it down, and you're not sure if it's gonna reach the bottom, but as you toss it down, you realise, oh, hey, this waterfall isn't as high as I thought it would be. And that was 150 feet's worth of rope.
Yeah.
So you chuck it down, and it chucks down the side, and yeah, the rope it's about 10 feet off the ground, something like that, 10, 15 feet. But yeah, it's definitely close enough to the ground that you can get down there.
Yeah, about that gives an approval nod. Doesn't go all the way down, but it goes far enough that we'll be able to drop safely. And he immediately...
Little boy!
Yeah,
Go ahead.
He was about to say he was about to immediately go down the rope.
Well, Eenie, Minnie, Mo aren't gonna stop you.
Yeah.
they're gonna walk to the edge and they're gonna hunker down because they know better than to stand on their tiptoes near the edge of a cliff. Yeah. And they're gonna grasp the pitch with their claws, and they're gonna look down at you, and they're gonna call out, "Be careful, lads! There's a bit sharp rocks down there. Just be careful." As you start to climb down.
All right, he nods and shouts back.
You do athletics for me to scale down.
All right, athletics.
Okay, so you're pretty enthusiastic as you start to go down. You start to jump. You do what abseilers do usually, and you hold the rope and you jump down. It skims between your hands, and you jump down again. It skims between your hands, and as you do that, you do feel the rope start to wobble a bit. The rope, like the actual knots in the rope, seem to be all right, but the rope seems to wiggle a little bit. Let me roll a quick thingy. Oh, they've got no pluses on that. Cool. Okay. So yeah, as you're jumping down, you feel the rope jiggle a little bit, but it's otherwise time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to roll me a quick
A quick what?
perception for me, please?
Perception. Okay. All right. I couldn't say you could have a little bit. So all right. +3. Oh, that's a nat one. Oh
You see nothing. All right, you don't see nothing.
no. I
You
see
see
nothing.
nothing. You just gonna stare down.
Yeah, he's too enthusiastic. He's mad lad.
God. Okay. Do you want to roll me one more? I'm gonna say at this point you're about halfway down because yeah, looking at time, you're about halfway down.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to roll me one last acrobatic or athletic? Sorry.
Which one?
You can do either or.
All right, I'll do
Either or, it's
acrobatics.
fine.
Yes.
14. Nice. Okay. Let me roll something quickly. D. Oh right. Okay. Lucky. All right. So yeah, you start to skim down the rest of the rope to near the bottom, and before you reach the bottom, I'd say before you even reach the end of the rope, perhaps you decide to do a little twirl and a jump, or how would you like to play off of this rope?
He probably does a little. He just jumps down. Like he tries to make it a little bit. He's trying to like land on his feet. He's making it a little bit fancy and just land on his feet.
All right. Cool. I was gonna say if you gotten like 17 or higher, I'd be like you can do a somersault or a backflip or something, man. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'd say it's more about speed because he wants to get to the beach today.
Yes, he wants to go. Right. And when you're at the bottom, you can hear it's actually roll me another quick perception, please.
All right.
Of this.
I double check that. Yep.
I'm gonna roll this.
Okay, that's better.
That's not the one.
19.
But yes. Let's roll this. Okay, fine. Okay, with that perception, so despite you look up, Mad Lads, to see Eenie, Miney, Mo peering down, and you can see them saying something, but you can't hear them over the roar of the you can't hear them over the roar of the waterfall. But you can see them shuffle back and start to make their way towards the rope. So you're pretty sure what they were trying to say is that they're coming down, and to perhaps a little out of the way.
Yeah, I say Mad Lad
gives them
backs up and gives them space.
All right, okay. So yeah, they start to descend, and they do it in a similar way to you, except instead of using their feet, what they do is the middle head, Miney, he takes a hold of the rope in his mouth, and then they start to scale down with their feet against the wall. So they're just sort of sliding the rope between Miney's mouth, and their feet are slowly walking backwards down the cliff. And you don't get a plus in that. Let's see, do they notice
Nope,
this?
you forgot the explosion.
That's not the thing I want them to notice.
It's 8.
I would like the exclamation
mark.
Here.
Is it you had it the second time, so 16.
16?
I say you rolled twice.
But that's the athletics roll down.
Oh, sorry.
That's to say they go down.
I was
rolling a perception.
I was sorry.
That's okay. Perception. Okay. So you see them start to scale down, and you see you might even start to hear the two heads of Eenie and Mo start to bicker, and then you see them stop, and you see Mo look at something in the cliff, and I'm just gonna roll this. Where's your stuff? It's gonna have to be that. Yes, okay. Right, let's see.
Nice.
Ah, nice. So yeah, you see them stop on the side of the cliff, and then you see Mo point at something, and then Eenie moves their head around, and you see Enie's head stick into the side of a rock, between a couple of rocks, and jiggle about a bit, and then their head pulls out, and they've got something in their mouth, and yeah, you see that, and then you hear Mo from above say, "All right, lads, you might want to move out of the way. We're coming down." And I'm gonna roll.
Bad lads, give a thumbs up and move out of the way so they allow them to come down.
I'm gonna roll that because they're
Nat 20!
Yeah, nat 20! Oh, damn! Okay,
Woo!
with that nat 20, what I'm gonna do is they're halfway down the cliff, and we had about 150 feet of rope, and that left 10 feet to reach the ground. So this is about 160, 170 feet tall waterfall here. They're halfway down. They're quite high up. But you see Minnie drop the rope, and you see them, instead of falling backwards like you think they're gonna do, their feet grip the sides of the wall, and they start to rapidly hop backwards down this cliff. And you see them. You can see they're clearly showing off. They're hopping backwards from rock to rock to rock. They're swinging their beaks around and using those to find footholds and grapple down. And then, as they're about 30 feet off the ground, they jump off the wall, do a backflip, and land in front of you.
Wow, wow! He's like clapping, giving a big applause, like, that was awesome!
They all stand there breathing.
Yes.
Because they're old showboats.
Yes. Definitely giving him
I had
praise.
to do something showboaty.
Yeah, I say nat 20, man. That was awesome.
And they all bow their heads. They all bow their heads and they say, "Thank you, thank you. Oh, this is nothing really. Oh, that's just what comes naturally to us."
Yeah.
And they all bow their heads and applaud. And once your little celebration is over, Eenie, no, not Eenie, Eenie is going to hold the thing in his mouth out to you. Did you want to take it?
Well, what is it?
Roll investigation.
All right. Investigation. All right. 17.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you take this thing from between Enie's beak, and it looks like it's big enough you need to use both hands, but it looks like a small locked box. Okay. It's like a wooden box. It's got metal rim around it. It's got a little keyhole in there as well. It's just like a tiny little, like a miniature treasure chest.
Whoa.
It's about, yeah, you gotta use to carry it, but it's not tiny, but you can easily carry it with both hands.
Whoa.
If you
You
need to.
found this? It's a treasure chest.
They start to laugh. They say, "Yeah, well, I mean, places like waterfalls and stuff, not many people are stupid enough to try and climb down them. So, you know, I suppose it makes a very good place to hide a little bit of treasure, wouldn't you say?"
Yeah.
And
I guess, yeah, you're right. You're right about that. And he immediately wants to try to, let's see, what does he have? He does have, he doesn't have, like, thieves' tools, but he does have a knife. He wants to try to pick the lock. He wants to open it.
Okay. If you're using a knife, I'd say use strength.
Yeah, probably strength.
Because
not have thieves' tools.
No. If it was like if you had like a bobby pin or something else with you, I would argue
No.
you could use my leverage, but if it's just a straight knife,
Yeah, it's a straight guy. He doesn't
yeah.
have bobby
No, so
pins.
you try yeah. So with that, you try to jimmy the knife in the lock and you're not getting any success, and you try to jimmy it underneath the seam between the top and the bottom of the box,
Mhm.
and that's not jiggling either.
Mm.
Let me see. Eenie, Minnie, and Mo are gonna watch you struggle with this. What kind of do they have any tools? I don't think they do.
The
That's
only
fine. It's
thing.
okay. Minnie and Mo,
Sorry, you
go
go.
ahead.
No, say you go.
I was gonna say, Eenie, Minnie, and Mo, they're gonna look at you, and they're gonna look at this box, and they're gonna say, "Would you mind if we give it a go later? We do a very sharp, pointy," and they tap the side of their beaks,
Mm.
and they say, "We could make Jimmy the thing open if you'd like."
Yeah, let's try that. And he hands the box over to them.
All right. Um. So I'm gonna ask you on this one. Do you think it would be strength
I,
for them, or would you argue sleight of hand?
I would if it.
Because
I
they're
would.
gonna try and pick the lock with their beaks.
Yeah, I would try. I would say sleight of hand. Let's say sleight of hand or sleight of beak, as in this case.
Sleight of beak. Send a beak.
Yes.
No, 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 Dungeon Master, no! Dungeon Master crashed!
No.
It just closed
I actually.
for no reason.
It's
Yay!
it's a.
Luckily, I got the information before.
Yeah, I say good. I was about to say I do have his sheet pulled up too, so it's like I know the modifier.
Hito. Yes, a +5. Okay, they get a 14. Um, so with that 14, they managed to loosen a few pins in there. So now the chest itself, the chest isn't open the whole way. It's like sometimes you get a door and it sometimes just slips out of the hole, and stays slightly ajar. It's like that.
Yeah, so it's stuck.
And they
Maybe
pull their beaks aside. They pull their beaks away and they sigh and they look at you and you say, "Sorry, later. It appears that's all we can do. But I mean, if you want, you can try the knife, get the thing open. Might go with a bit of a push."
Mm. You say it's slightly ajar. Is it like rusted? Is there like the joint sort of rusted?
It's not rusted. It's more so that it looks like a couple of the pins that should hold the lock in are off. So it's slightly peaked up in some places. It's peaked up enough you can actually get the knife in a bit better and get a better hold, but it is still technically locked.
Mhm. Wait, is this a padlock?
Um, is it a padlock? No, it's part of the actual chest.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, I had a different idea if it was a padlock, but he's gonna do the knife thing again.
Right. Yeah, just roll me strength again then, dude.
Mhm. Yes, 18.
18! You put your knife in the gap and you jimmy it and you press down, you press down, you press down and you pop that thing open. It goes, the top pops off, and it knocks on the back of the chest. And um, inside it looks like just a bunch of, it just looks like a bunch of papers inside that chest.
Papers?
Looks like a. Go ahead. Sorry.
And I was just about to say he was just gonna like pick up the papers and start looking at them.
Okay. As you pick up the papers, you notice they seem to be like they're loose leaf papers. They're not really super organized, but as you go through them, they are dated and they seem to be an adventurer's log. They seem to be taking a note, sort of notes that an has taken. And in one of these notes, near the end of the pile, there's a very hastily drawn map. You don't quite recognise. It says, for whomever should have found this map, here lay where my most dearest possession, my most dearest of treasures. Here is where I rested before I rest alongside it. And yeah, it's just a map you found.
Bad Lad's eyes sparkle and just starts like, this is a treasure map! And he like holds up the map.
Eenie, Minnie, Mo are gonna look over at you, and then they're gonna look over the map, and they're gonna start tapping their feet in excitement. They go, fellas, we got a treasure map! We've got ourselves a treasure map! Oh, brilliant! And they're gonna start tapping their feet and doing a little cheer and a wiggle, and they're gonna start saying, treasure map, treasure map, treasure map.
Yeah,
treasure
Bad
map.
Lad's gonna join us like, treasure, treasure, treasure!
I just imagine them jumping in circles around each other going, treasure map, treasure map.
Alright, so I have a plan. After this, we should definitely go find where this treasure is. But we need to say he takes like the whole like pile of papers because he sort of learned from experience that notes, like especially adventurers logs, could hold keys to maybe like figuring out like some challenges in the map, or it's just like making it easier to navigate the map. So he takes all the paperwork, including the map, and stuff it into his hammer space. Like we can keep this safe in here for later, but we can go on another adventure after this.
Eenie, Miney, and Mo look at you, and their eyes are sparkling, and they all three of them nod their heads vigorously and agreement. Absolutely, we haven't been on a treasure map adventure for years, have we? It's been a while. It's been a really long while. We're not usually ones to take treasure maps anymore. It's more so clearing out the rubble now, isn't it? Ah, treasure. It's treasure. And they're just gonna start doing a little wiggle from side to side, just thinking about it. And they're very, very excited, very clear.
Yeah, they're the same Mad Lads, very excited.
Quick question, did you take the chest as well?
What?
Did you take the chest as well?
Can it fit in my hammer space? I say it probably, yeah, if it's just papers. Yeah, he's gonna like put everything in his hammer space. Keep it all together.
Alright, cool. Okay, cool. No, the chest is definitely big enough to go in your hammer space. It's not huge. If Mad Lad can hold it in 2 hands, I'd say it's big enough to go in the hammer space.
Alright, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
From there, I'd just say they get back down on their haunches and invite you to step back onto their back.
Yeah, Mad Lad immediately does that.
Right, and then they're off again then. And they follow out through the waterfall basin.
Mm-hmm.
They follow the river down.
Mm-hmm.
The slow easing river down towards the beach.
Yes. And when they get to the beach, Mad Lad, like, sort of like, as they're like coming to a stop, he immediately jumps off of them and like runs towards the water and just starts like splashing around. It's like, yes, we're here, the beach.
Eenie, Miney, and Mo are they're gonna sink their feet into the sand, and they're gonna have a look around and see what they can see. What can they see? What? Why do I keep forgetting your modifier? I know what your modifier is. It's thing.
I mean, I forget the same thing, so.
Hi, 15.
Mm-hmm. You see that this is a very, like, not traveled on beach. This is definitely off the main sort of path. It's very isolated ways. Like, there's no, like, the only footprints you see in the sand are, like, those of animals. The sand is, like, pure white, and you can feel, like, underneath your feet, it is extremely soft. say
Oh.
on the edge of the clearing, there's the seagrass that sort of make a hump of a hill before scooting down to like the full beach below. Say this, you can the water is a very clear blue, and all you can see on the horizon is the ocean.
Whoa. Their eyes are gonna go very, very wide looking at that ocean, and they're gonna try. Did you say there was like little sand dunes
Yeah, say
going up to?
it's a little hump of a sand dune before going down into the beach area.
Okay, cool. They're gonna go and stand on the top of the highest dune they can see, and they're just gonna look at Mad Lad and then look around the beach. I know they've already rolled to perceive, but they're just having a look now. They're just seeing how far this thing goes out,
You could
how far to each side
yeah,
does this thing go.
yeah, with a 15, that's pretty much like you can see like everything to like the horizons from each way. This beach is extremely long, and you're pretty sure that it even goes farther like after that. But this is sort of like this is sort of like a secret, not a secret area, but it's more like no one comes here. Like no one other than probably you two
It's
has
tucked
come
out of
here
the
for.
way.
Yeah, it is very extremely out of the way.
Okay, cool. Um,
So I say
Eenie, Money, and sorry, go ahead.
I say. So as you can like see actually into the water, you can see like shells and stuff in it and stuff. But you also see like some you say Mad Lad does not see this, but you could definitely see some wildlife like near the shore, and you could say with a 15, you could say he is splashing very close and almost like kicking a giant crab.
Okay, so they're gonna see him. They're gonna see him almost kick a giant crab, and they're gonna go a little bit on alert because hey, this place might be out of the way. And there might not be anyone here, but that doesn't mean it's not uninhabited. So they are gonna hop off their little mound, and they're gonna walk over to Mad Lad, and they're gonna say, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna say? What are they gonna say? They're gonna say, well, you're at the beach now, laddie. It's I can see why'd you miss the place. It's very it's very big, and they're gonna stare out of the ocean. Gonna
Mhm.
stare out of the ocean. Did you roll a quick insight?
Yeah, so he'll roll for insight, but first he'll roll for insight first. But at the same time, he's also gonna roll something else too. I say I'll
It's
do. I
fine.
say so. Let's see if the first thing because this sort of simultaneously happens, even if it's
Yes,
by
that's
accident.
fine.
So let's go with the first
That's
thing.
fine.
Uh, to say that, yeah, huh? To say no, I forgot the D. Wait, I forgot the D. That's what happened. I was like 20.
Yes.
I was looking at the modifier. I was like,
Don't be
okay,
silly there. There we go.
okay. Now for the insight, which is what is the insight of this child? Okay, okay. Unnatural 20.
Very nice.
Okay.
Unnatural, Tony, very nice. So yeah.
Let's go with the insight
So okay
first.
with that. Yeah. So with that insight, Mad Lad, as you might look over to Eenie, Money, and Mo, they're looking out across the ocean, and you can see they all look. There's a look of awe on their face, like they're all very awe-inspired by this ocean. But it's also you can see there's a bit of trepidation, a bit of oh, this is very very big. This is a lot. This is a lot bigger. This is a lot bigger. There's a lot less out there than there is land. They can't see as much. That's oh man, that's a whole lot of open water, and you can tell that that's a little intimidating to them as well. They're both in awe and intimidated.
Hey, it's okay. It can be a little bit much, but the ocean is full of wondrous and amazing things. And the moment he finished that sentence, his feet hit something hard. And
Mm.
he looks down and he now sees the giant crab that he kicked.
Oh no. Oh no.
And this crab, it's one of those crabs that you got a really good perception on it. It's sort of hidden where it has stuff on top of it, like shells and a bit of sand. So that's why he didn't see it before. So he's like,
Looks like a rock.
it looks like a rock.
It's a crab rock.
It's a crab rock, and I am definitely referencing that crab rock if you know the one that I'm thinking of. And roll for initiative,
I think
because this crab is now going to attack.
Is it very shiny?
It's not shiny at all. It just looks like a rock.
Okay. Okay. And you said it's going to attack, so are we rolling initiative?
We're rolling initiative.
Or
Yeah, we're rolling initiative.
Yay!
Because this crab does not like to be kicked.
Right, okay.
Alright.
Oh, I say.
What's
so-
your initiative, Mad Lad? Alright. I gotta remember that. Alright, let's see how
God.
let's see how well the crab does.
Please let it get like a 20 or something. That'd be hilarious.
It doesn't, but it's still hilarious. It still rolls low. So, alright. Let's get this set up really quickly. So that's a 12. 12. A 9. And what's your... It's actually another 12. It's actually another 12.
Oh, cool.
So I'll say that Eenie, Meenie, Mie goes first because I think they have a higher dex. Actually, they're the same dex.
Yeah,
They're actually the same dex, but I'm gonna roll. What the player goes first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say actually, if you wanted, because it was stealth thing, you. Oh no, actually, I noticed it. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go first then.
Yes, you go first.
So what they're gonna do? Right. Let's see. What can I do? They're going to. It would take an action for me to reach into hammer space, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Leave. Bonus action. Okay. I don't know what they can do for bonus action. Let's see. So they're gonna reach into the hammer space then, because that's where they keep these.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, you see them take a step slightly in front of you, Mad Lads, to try and block you from this thing.
Uh-huh.
And then Eenie and Mo reach back into their ruffs, and each of them pull out a short sword each from their mouths.
Ooh.
So now you've got Eenie and each with a short sword, and Minnie is left. Minnie is left with the head free.
Mhm. Nice.
And they are going to.
No wait, I don't think pulling out of your hammer space is an action. It's just whether you fumble or not.
What action did you say?
Sorry? I was trying to think. I was like, wait a minute. I don't think pulling out something from your hammer space is a action. It's just more like if it fumbles or not. It may take an.
Okay.
I think
All right. So I'll say if it could be a bonus action, I'll be fine with that.
I say
Or whatever.
I think it takes your action if you actually fumble. Like if you reach into your hammer space, you roll a 1 and then pull out something that takes up your action. But if it's anything else, like
Okay.
if it's something that you actually wanted to pull out, it doesn't. I think that's
Okay,
how
cool.
I think
Okay.
that's how they do it.
So if that's the case, then they're gonna pull out their two swords, and they're gonna cast Zephyr Strike.
Nice.
So basically, until this is a bonus action, it's a concentration. So until the spell ends, their movement doesn't provoke any opportunity attacks, and before the spell ends, you give yourself advantage on one weapon attack by turn, and that will deal an extra 1d8 of force damage.
Sweet.
So they're gonna. Can they? Do they? Dual attack on this one, or is it just the one? Give me a second. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out these guys.
It's
I'm
alright.
not too sure if these guys are the dual.
It's okay.
Baby's first combat, people. Very sorry.
It's okay. This is good first. This is a good first combat.
Yes. Ah, two weapon fighting. I can use both weapons in as an attack, can't I?
Yes, you can.
So I can use any one action. Cool. Okay. Sweet. So what I'm gonna do is +5 to hit. So. This one hits. Yeah, basically they're gonna run for. They're gonna run towards. Or they're gonna head towards the crowd, try and hit it.
Yes.
So the first one hits.
Yep, that hits.
21 and 19.
Yes.
Hit.
Yep, that hits.
Cool. Okay. So for that first attack is the first attack, that's 7 damage.
Alright.
And then for the second attack, because I've used Zephyr Strike, I get to add a D8 onto that. Let's see. EMV, would you like to work with me? Please stop stuttering. I'd like to play a game.
Okay.
Oh, no. On turn, your attack deals extra 1d8 force damage when you hit or you miss. Right, okay. So that'd be 1d6 plus 3 plus 8. Oh no, it's not plus 8, it's D8, isn't it? 4. Let's roll that first then. Okay.
That's alright. That's alright.
Then I'm gonna roll 8. Add on to that. 6. So 7, 6. That is 20 damage.
Yeah, you took out a good. You strike this thing, and it looks really hurt. You see a giant crack down the middle of its shell, but it's still standing.
Oof. Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've used my action and my bonus action. I still have movement, don't I?
Yes. You don't have to use your movement if you don't want to, though.
Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna stay as I am. Then they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay rooted in front of Mad Lad, crouched, staring at this crab, head on.
Yeah, you took a really good hit for that crab, and we'll see if Mad Lad can finish it off. So he's gonna go into his hammer space, and he pulls out his now pistol that is due for him because they're very close. They're like right next to this crab, and he does not want to hurt Eenie, Miny, Mo. So he's gonna take out his pistol, which looks like a flintlock pistol, if you know what that is. It's actually a pistol that is used by pirates back in the day.
Cool.
And he is going to attack with the pistol. Yep, that hits. That definitely hits.
Definitely hits, I would say.
Yes. And I'm gonna use I forgot to mark it as I forgot. And I'm gonna have actually use my adept markman ability as a little show off. And let's see if crab this crab can wait, I need to read this. This is the first time I use this.
It's okay, dude.
Okay. I can roll. Okay, I use my violent shot, which makes me be able to add one extra D10 to this.
Damn, we're murdering a crab.
We are murdering a crab.
This crab just. Wait, hang on, did we roll for doing the crab something? Because didn't that crab roll a 12?
Oh, they did roll a 12. Sorry, they did roll a crab. So
I just remembered.
yeah. But I will save that roll for later because this crab won't do that much damage. Let's see if he can hit Eenie, Mighty, and Mo.
Oh dear.
No, this crab misses. Like, it goes up to, like, pinch at you. It uses its claws to try to get at you, but you either are able to, like, jump out of them. Like,
Flavor
jump.
this.
Yeah.
Can I flavor this where it scuttles up to Eenie, Miny, and Mo and it tries to crack at their legs, and as it tries to snap, they just hop
Yeah, pretty
to the top
much.
of it and over the back.
Yes.
So now the way of Mad Lad, and they've just hopscotched over the crab.
Yeah, and now let's do damage for the crab now, since I already hit. And that is, what did I say? Yeah, 2d10 now because yeah, it is my fighter ability. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
destroying
say
the wildlife.
a clear bullet in the crab. It falls down. There's like blood/ink in the water because this is a toon. I'm not even sure if it's a real crab, but yeah, that crab's dead.
I was gonna say if that's a real crab, Eenie, Miny, and Mo are gonna look at it and they're gonna look at each other and they're gonna pick that up and they're gonna say, "It looks like we got dinner for tonight, haven't we, fellas?"
Woo! Yeah.
But only if it's a toon crab. They're not eating another toon.
Let's say
Let's
say we're next to a beach. Let's say this is a real crab.
Screw it. It's a real giant crab, and they're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
We're having sushi tonight, boys. Granite flings.
Woo! Mad Lad
just cheering.
Yeah, Mad Lad is very happy too. He's like, yeah, we did it. Yeah. So say Mad Lad smiles at Eenie Maima. Is like, hey, do you think we could say when do you think we can? When are you available for the treasure hunt?
Eenie, Miny, and Mo are gonna pause because they're busy trying to figure out how the hell to got a crab. You ever got any crab before? I've never got any crab before. We'll figure it out eventually. And they turn their heads towards you and they say, "Oh, we haven't got anything lined up exactly. Yeah, we're free for most of forever. Quite frankly, there's not many jobs for rangers at the moment. So if you want to go on a little, of course, if your dad's all right with it. Only if your dad's all right with it. If your father's all right with it, we wouldn't mind.
Mad Lad
Going
nods.
on a little with you."
Yeah, I would love to do that. Maybe we could bring some friends too. This will be a lot of fun.
And they start to laugh. And they say, "You know what? The more the merrier. Why not? So long as they can hold their own. We're not babysitters, mind."
Mm-hmm.
The more people we get involved, the more fun it'll be. And they laugh.
Yeah, I think this is a good scene to let it off. Like, Mad Lad tried to help them, like, gut the crab and get the shell as they are relaxed on this beach.
Yeah. They just set up a little campfire and they eventually, after a lot of messing around, trying to figure out how the hell to open this crab, they eventually just stick the whole thing on the campfire they set up and slow roast it, and yeah, Eenie, Minnie, Mo, and Mad Lad having a nice bit of crab on the beach and enjoying the rest of their day.
Indeed. Oh, this has been really fun. I love this.
This has been great.
And
This is really good. And now we've got another FPS game to do.
or a full game. You never know. We could make
That's
this. Say we'll figure it out. But
Guess we'll figure it out.
yes,
Thank you very much for playing, Nona. It was amazing.
yes. This is and thank you very much. This has been awesome. I hope everyone else has enjoyed listening to this, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye, people. Thank you for listening.
Bye.